Good morning and happy equinox yesterday. So if you are in the south, it was Mayborn. If you're in the north, Australian spring. So we, as I'm in the north, are working with the spring energy of wood with the Qigong. Hopefully there will be no interruptions. So today's meditation at the end, we'll be able to go straight through. So I thought I would record this and share this after. We're going to work with the spring energy in particular, which is the liver energy, which is great to work with at this time. Today, the day that I'm recording this for energy purposes, and the purpose of our container is about new growth, spring growth, and it's also a new moon in Aries. So we'll work with the wood element around this time, and I'm going to sort of do this routine so it's the water into wood energy, so you've got that flow coming through, the flow of the kidneys. We want to water our intentions for the new moon. We'll work with the liver sound and the ka, ra, ya, sa, ta, la, la sounds of the Christic toning, as well as the sh sound for toning, which is the sound for the liver in Qigong. So I'll add those as and when, if it comes up the right time. So what else? The roots, setting our foundations and our soil preparation, if you like, on a metaphorical sense. We are clearing, we are preparing the body for higher energy states, for being in alignment. So that's releasing the old patterns, stories, implants, whatever it is you call those ongoing things that we do, the unhealthy habits or the habits that are grooved in place. We want to uproot those and dig up the roots, completely get rid of them, and look at what they have, so we know what's there, and we can lay our foundations ready, preparation between now and summer. So the beginning, as it's new moon in Aries, is the beginning of the astrological year. So we are starting out with our intentions. I have I made a note last night, which I will share with you, of the I am that we worked through with Matthias, that we work with the I am balances every day. So we can go through these: the I am, I have, I say, I feel, I can, I analyze, I balance, I wish, I see, I use, I know, I believe. Those aspects as we move through the year, and we are on the I am, so definitely a really good day to start. So I'm going to start just by sitting. Please excuse the sound behind me. Just sit, hands on your knees. Just take a breath in, hold, breath out, release. And I'm going to start with this. Hang on 2 seconds. Let him finish whatever he's doing. Right, to see it written down. So I can do it, right, even though I know I'm writing them down later. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, make the sound K-A, ka. Yeah. Breathe in. Make the sound, we're going to switch sounds. Ra. Breathe in. And ya. Breathe in. Out and ya. Again, sorry. Let's start that over. And now she's stopped. I'm less distracted. Oh, it was him. It was her. Okay. Right. All sorted. So, let me demonstrate first and then follow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. in, ya, sa, ta, ah, la. Okay, now you try. Ka, ra, ya, sa, ta, ah, la. Again. Ka, ra, ya, sa, ta, ah, la. Again. Ka, ra, ya, sa, ta, ah, la. Now, if you want to add in a mudra, this helps with the left and brain right hemispheres and bilateral flows and crossovers as we're switching hemispheres. And as I was saying, we're in the balance in between. We want to be in our balance, our axis in between. Ka, ra, ya, sa, ta, ah, la. Continue. Ka, ra, sa, ta, ah, la. Ka, ra, sa, ta, ah, la. Ka, ra, sa, ta, ah, la. And stop. Now there's various ways you can do that, but I just wanted to go over that today because of where we are today. So that's aligning with the crystalline being, the soulless energy. So just breathe in and exhale. Right, give your hands a little shake. We're going to do a little bit of jumping in a minute, but for now, while we're still sitting, let's just do our neck, leaning to one side. My body's waking up and going, it's had its lemon water, but not its celery yet. And over to the other side. And down. Remember to keep the shoulders relaxed and down when you're doing this. Don't be tempted to lift them to the ear. You want the ear to go so you get that stretch. Tucking the chin in, feeling the pull up the spine as you breathe in. And then exhale. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Exhaling out any waste energy. I'm going to do a little bit of fluffing just so that I'm not coughing all the way through. Coughing is good, by the way, especially if you do it on your banging. You're clearing out the lung. I know I need some these mushrooms to help with this clearing, cleansing. Okay, I think I'll come back to doing that other stuff at the end. Let's get started. Hopefully you'll be able to see me. Right. Start by shaking the body out a little bit. And start without bouncing on. Perfect timing. We were only just started with some breath work with the sounds You can do them, I will do them, you don't have to. You can do them through your, through when you're shaking. It just, you can actually give it a little bit of a bounce as well if you want to go further. And shaking with spring energy. Ka, ra, sa, ta, la. It's really weird doing that. And just a little bit with the hands up. Right. And let it go. Right. Let's get this one next. So, hands right over left, left over right. Okay. As we are women, we want to be going and anti-clockwise to start. So she's going for it. That's that way. Big circles and condensing round till you get to the centre. So we're spiralling in, and we want to then switch and go clockwise and spiraling out. Breathing in this whole time. As we started quite quickly, remembering your posture. So you continue. Nice hip width apart, especially for anyone that's new that's going to watch this video. Nice, slightly bent knees. Relax shoulders down. And then coming to a stop with your hands just in the centre above your belly button, which we call the lower dantian. Circle round the back. Go down the backs of the legs, up the front, all the way up the back, up to the top, around and back down, and then from the chin and over, flip off the arms, down the insides and then up the sides, as if you're washing in beautiful spring water over the face. Literally imagine you're being washed in the well of the Chalice Well at Glastonbury. Coming to our back, we'll go up and down, backs of the hands and then palms down, backs of the hands up, palms down. Give it a little knock. So, as I started, I was saying that we are working with switching from the winter to the spring. Or if you're in the southern hemisphere, you would actually be working with autumn to winter. So it's that changeover energy. Right, lift. You want your hands, you want to start horse stance. Go up, feel the balance, open up. If it helps, put the hands behind the back or on the hips, whatever's right for you. We're opening up these leg gates, the feet stretching out. And what was the program? I can't remember which. There's a guy on Instagram, I think it is. He's one of the Qigong masters I follow, and he was saying about doing this. And you do this over the chair, so you have to lift that way. So that you start with what's right for you. Nice little movements, and then placing them down. I need to do that one a lot more. Hands on hips. That's just my neighbour.
Front door camera.
Coming. So rolling our hips and going anti-clockwise and then clockwise. Breath in the middle and then knock round from to the inside to the back, and then nice slap. Start with here and then knock and slap, can knock and slap, knock and slap. So nice on the hips, slap on the thighs. We're letting go. What are we doing about this? Thinking about the last quarter of the year, for the equinox being yesterday, of the turn of the wheel, whatever season it was for you. Take the hands up, float them up, and as you come down, breathe in, go, let out the breath, release. So in the autumn, you're releasing those. In the spring, we're pulling up the roots, we're letting go of that lethargy from the winter. Now, if you are struggling with this, if you have any back problems, I should have mentioned this before, then just here. And bend the knees. So you go at your own level. Take your hands to your back now. Palms on your back. We're going to draw a little circle with our tailbone. And again, anti-clockwise. Clocks are going back next week for us in the UK, the daylight saving. We're rolling back. But while you're circling back, circle back over the last quarter. Think about how far you've come, even the last astrological year. And then go forward from last March. When I started going live when I come back from Egypt every day, doing these classes and working with my beautiful members supporting me. So we've been doing this daily for a year. I mean, I feel like the winter months I've had a little bit of a shift. Now take down into a wider stance and rotate from side to side. So push, let your legs stretch down and back, and those shoulders with it. Expanding slowly. Opening. We're just warming up our joints. I'm doing slightly more today. Up. Slowly up. Slowly walk the hands in so you've got your balance. Prayer position over the head. Come down. And then we're going to switch from side to side like we were just doing in a little bit of dragon. So you want to rotate your hands the opposite way to your knee bends. So focus first on the upper body and just moving the hands from side to side. She says. Pointing in that direction. Your knees will naturally go in the same direction. So then we start to do the opposite and stretch the opposite way. That's wider stance. You have to think about that a little bit more because your body wants to flow with you. And we're twisting it and wringing the spine. Come back to centre. Take a breath and step in. Again, think about your posture. Feet. Be aware of your feet. The soles of your feet. Your feet are your anchor points, your connection to earth. And make your hands into claws. Tense them. And release. And tense them up. Tense the whole body. Feel the tension, feel the contrast, aware of that contrast, and then releasing it. We're letting go of that which hasn't worked, which hasn't served us, and then feel the difference. So we know physically in the body when we're holding on to stuff that doesn't serve us, we're using all this energy, and then when we release, it feels brilliant. So we want that. Think tiger claws, ready to pounce, and then release. Tense and release. Tense and release. Bring your hands up and cross them over. Claws, tiger claws, tense down. Swoop up. Leave your claws. Let the breath out when you're here. And then bring that energy down to the lower dantian. Feel that fire a little bit now. We've dried out the wood, the winter, the water, moving into wood. You're going into wood if you're in the other way around. Just hold the lower dantian. Okay, your hands go up the side. Slowly come down, reset, rebalance. And step to the side. We're going to work with our push, pull energy. This helps with the kidneys. And when you do this, when you push forward, breathe in and then which is the kidney sound in Qigong. If you don't want to do that, then just drop the sound and allow it to flow over you as I say it. Heel, toes come off, but heel stays on the floor as you go back. And then switch to the other side, lunging forward as you exhale, inhale. What does it remind you of? The waves, the ebb and flow. Reflexing the hands, palms go up, palms come down. Last time. And coming to center. Before we start to swing our arms, just feel the stillness. We're going to work with the T sound of blowing, breathing in and breathing out. This is good for detoxification. So arms come up and then so in when you're at the T position, exhale when you're flinging to the side. We are twisting these muscles, giving a real narrow, we're a bit more warmed up, and we're working with our inhale and exhale. So really now when you're breathing in and exhaling out, exhaling, we're pushing out. I think we're tilling the soil, preparation for those seeds. We're releasing for the liver. We're clearing out that which isn't serving us. We're letting go. Breathing in freshly, exhaling out. Giving the trees what we don't need, what's waste product for us. They inhale, and then coming to a stop. This time we're going to go forward and release, but hands, palms up, then palms down, palms up, palms down. Hands overhead, hold one hand and stretch for a second. And on the other side, oh, my stomach, I'm really hungry. And then take the hands both to the side. Breathe in at the top, exhale as you go over. Down the front. Hang at the front for a few seconds before you come up. Feel the stretch go to the knees if you need to, and bend the knees if you need to. Up. So you choose maybe the ankle the next time. Or the floor. Few breaths at the bottom, and then flow up, and then let that hands open out round. Breathe in, breathe out. Tree flexing leaves. Right foot forward. Oh, my neighbour's to work. Oh no, it's my neighbour's boyfriend. Take forward. This hand comes back. This one comes forward. And then the hands come down into the side. We swap. Hand forward, offering, and roll together. Forward, balance, back, tap, roll, and make a ball. This way. Forward. So we're circling the hands. We're offering, tapping, and rotating the arms. It's quite a complicated one. A lot to think about once you get the hang of it. And ball. She says, oh gosh, I go. Oh, there's me, so it's nice. So, breathe. Hands in a ball, in a chi ball. Push down, bend the knees. Just feel. Feeling to the surface tension like we spoke about yesterday of the bubble surface of water. Feeling grounded. Bring the hands together in prayer position and step the feet together. Moving into dragon. Hands go up, knees come to the side, the opposite side to the hands. Inhale, switch, exhale, out. rotating the spine, the Kundalini energy. So the head goes the same way, the knees. Exhale when the knees are over. Inhale when you're moving your hands. Start to lower the hands to middle of the body. Now take the hands downwards and up and up and down, up and down. And center. Now circle around one way and then circle around the other way. And again, semicircle forwards and back into center. The breath. So we're lowering the body. Again this time. Same movement. Foot up. Make the middle of the circle down low. Really twisting. And working out mid muscles. Back to center. Lift up onto tippy toes. Extend. And bring back to the heart. Hands, palms down. Step the feet apart. And breathe. Float across the top of the water. Breathe in, breathe out. Float your your hands, sorry, it's my voice, up to the heart and then push back down. Feel the sensation. And then lifting one hand diagonally, cross up. Like pulling taffy, pulling dough. Feel the energy of the hands when they come together, when they come apart. Your shoulders are relaxed and down. When you come up, the elbow comes outwards and lowers downwards. Gentle, easy breath. After our dragons. Ebb and flow, yin and yang, left and right brain hemispheres. Activating meridians in our arms, in our back when we do this at the same time. Breathing easy. Nice steady flow through the feet, nice and balanced. Don't tense the knees, you want a slight, ever so slight bend. Moving meditation. And moving in, move them both up to just about level with the breast. Float them down. This time we're going to go to our right side. We're going to lift up the centre, come to the head, opening up like a flower, and then lift again. So this time float up. When you get to the top, touch the middle point of the head. Open the hands, opening our crown chakra, floating the earthly energy up, opening our consciousness, expanding, connecting, open and receptive to all good as we float down. Connecting with the Earth Star Chakra, crystalline caves, into the crown, your awareness, your instincts, your higher purpose. This time come to the lower dantian, lift the hands slowly in front into Zansu. Making sure your knees are bent ever so slightly. Relaxed shoulders, air floating under our armpits. Strengthening exercise. Strengthening. Lift the hands up over the head. Take a breath as you go to the side. Feel the stretch here. Move the hands around and down, upper palm, and open out, this time in fists. Touch and then open the hands at the top, circling round. And think of the movement of the sun and how it rotates. The earth rotates, which appears to have the sun rotating around us. It's us that's rotating. We're the one that's moving, not the sun. The earth is moving. As you come down, bring that ball of awareness, make it smaller. The hands are closer together. Really nice and rotating. Circling round, stretching out the sides, kidneys, liver, spleen, digestion. And then come to the top. Take a breath and go the opposite direction. So now we're moving clockwise. So the retrogrades, we're mimicking the galaxies really. Like hula hooping, focusing on the hands, widening them. About to have company. Really rotate. Get into those crevices. Wringing out the water from winter. The lethargy from winter. Hands above. Bring the elbows down and back, forward, and hold your chi ball in front of your lower dantian, your hands, palms facing each other, and then float the hands up and down with your breath. up, this time floating down the central column, your nomadic staff, the central column of energy from heaven to earth. The process of the light being infused as the trees, leaves, the buds start to grow with the sunlight, the water in our bodies. We need the light from our sun. We need the darkness of the earth, that pressure, that tension. The seed breaks through. It needs foundations, solid foundations. Allow the hands to just float. And then bring them in again. Should be tingling like crazy. Breathe in, breathe out. Take that to the belly and circle. No, that is right. Anti-clockwise to start with for female. And then clockwise the other way. Keep going for our last. I started with a little bit of breathwork earlier. So, still standing in bamboo, hands over the Lao Tien. Breath in, breath out. Place your hands on your hips. Just lean back, hinging the hips back and forward. We did a lot of work there. And in Wonder Woman pose, we feel the emotional intelligence of our body. Just feel your breath, feel how you're feeling. Your I am. I want to share the questions that Matthias shared with us in our equinox meditation. Just allow them to roll over you. The answers may come now, they may not, they may come later. Breathe in, breathe out. Thinking in terms of the last astrological year, last March to this March, so 2022. Pose the question, am I who I wanted to become? Take a breath, feel your body's resonance with it. Do I have what I wanted to have? You don't need to answer now, but it may come up. Have I communicated what I wanted to say? Have I allowed myself to feel what I wanted to feel? Was I able to allow what I can do, to follow what I can do, to flow with what I can do? Have I ordered my life as I wanted to? Have I found balance that I was looking for? Have I transcended my desires to be able to live my magic? Was I able to see what I wanted to see? Was I able to make use of my tools that are hidden within me? What do I know about myself today? Have I accepted to learn to know everything I was believing? Have I accomplished to learn to know everything I was looking for? What do I believe? Was I able to transcend my beliefs? What was my dream? Have I accomplished my dreams? Here and now, New Year begins. Here now, the new cycles. Declare to yourself, I will keep researching of all of the aspects of myself. In another turn of the sun, next cycle, I set all the intentions for each one of the steps with each breath, with each aspects of yourself, the 12 aspects. The first being in this first cycle, I am, I have, I say, I feel, I can, I analyze, I believe, I wish, I see, I use and utilize, I know, I believe. I intention to transcend myself in the next cycle around the sun, to bloom the new self. Here and now I am equilibrium. I am the equinox. I am the earth. I'll lead that into our balance. I am intuitive and psychic. I am inquisitive. I am the alchemist. I am wealthy and generous. I am a visionary. I am flexible and passionate. I am authentic. I am spiritual. I am creative. I am a pioneer. I am love. I am inspiring. I am powerful. I am successful. I am a free spirit. I am imaginative. I am the avatar. If you were to walk through these same statements in the next process of the I am, you would say, I have intuitive instincts. I have psychic abilities. I have an inquisitive mind. I have the alchemist tendencies. I have wealth and generosity. I have a visionary perspective. I have flexibility and passionate emotions. I have an authentic life. I have the spiritual life. I have a creative life. I have been a pioneer. I have love in my life. I have been inspiring. I have powerful life. I have a successful life. I have a free spirit. I have an imaginative mind, and I have been the avatar. Breathe in the difference. For each month you can repeat and say with I say, I feel, I can, I analyze, I balance, I wish, I see, I use, I know, I believe. The next 12 cycles as we walk the next astrological year. The calendar is just a mindset. It's our intention that is the most important aspect. The feeling is what I want you to tune into. If you want to come to sitting and come out of your Wonder Woman pose, if you wanted to lay down, if you haven't already, I want you to tune into this deservement treatment from Louise L. Hay. Just breathe this in and say this, but feel this truly in your heart. If it helps, put your hands on your heart. I am deserving. I am deserving of all good. Not some, not a little, but all good. In my mind, I have total freedom. I now move into a new space of consciousness where I am willing to see myself differently. Just for a moment, pause and think about that last year I've been mentioning, since last March. How different are you? How much learning and growth has happened? I know both of you that are here with me right now have come through so much growth in this last year, me included. So when I was back from Egypt, all those learnings, the processing, the embodiment, the process of understanding, the process of working through our studies, whether that be in the books or the study of life and spirituality around us, our friends, our families, and our experiences, interpreting that and how we are when things happen to us. And lots has happened in that last year, globally as well, not just personally. So, state, I am willing to create new thoughts about myself and about my life. New thinking becomes new experiences. I now know and affirm that I come at one with the prosperity power of the universe. As such, I now prosper in a humble and 100 ways. The totality of possibilities lies before me. I deserve life, a good life. I deserve love, an abundance of love. I deserve good health. I deserve to live comfortably and to prosper. I deserve joy and happiness. I deserve freedom to be all that I can be. I deserve more than that. I deserve all good. The universe is more than willing to manifest my now beliefs, and I accept, or these beliefs, and I accept this. Our abundant life with joy, pleasure, and gratitude, for I am deserving. I accept it. I know it to be true. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. In the beautiful words of Louise L. Hay, the point of power is in the moment, or that might even be Abraham Hicks. I think it is actually Louise. This now moment, this now pause between the cycles, I'm remembering who I am. I'm believing who I am. I'm pausing. I'm honouring where I've been, honouring the soil, the roots we've pulled up, the tentacles, the stories, the implants of emotions, the patterns from past lives, from this life, from childhood. I honour them. I witness. I compassionately witness in this now moment. If any emotions flow from my emotional body, I am witness. If any thoughts come up, any resistance, as I said, that may feel like implants, it's a chance for us to lift those roots as we prepare right now to plant the seeds, as we've just done in this beautiful fresh soil of our minds, our intentions, and our hearts. We water it with love. We water it with our daily practices, with our breath, with the light that we feel on our skin as we shift in the physical, as we move from the spark of divine inspiration as it flows through that crown as we tapped. Take your hands up to your forehead. One hand goes on the front of your head, the other behind. And breathe, settling this energy in, anchoring it down through the nomadic staff, the central column of light we refer to in Qigong, the linking of the star above and the star below, the two aspects of the Merkaba and the fields, the two different fields. Feel it settling in. Bring the hands around to over the ears and just hear how it feels. Like a womb-like 0 point state. Breathe in. Hold for the pause before you exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Allow the hands to float down over the heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Tuck the tongue behind the teeth and tune in to you, the core of you, the seeds that we've planted with our intention in soil of who we are. Allow the energy of love around you. Just feel it, your heart. Think of something you love. Feel that energy pulsating around you in a bubble. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel safe, feel loved, deserving, knowing. anchored. And I will be quiet for a moment. Feel. I will finish as we started with the Christic sounds. Just let this sound flow over you. And although we did it with breath, I'm just going to tone the sounds for you. Karaya Sata Allah. Karaya Sata Allah. Feeling resonance with the sound of your crystalline template, your access point of love. Breathing that awareness in, remembering yourselves, remember how beautiful light flooding them, flowing, ebb and flow of the breath. Allow that to ripple around you like the sound ripples across water, pulsing in the presence of every cell in your being, every cell in your points in your body, as to the points that we connect with in those gates, those places that reference earth, those places that reference each other. Karaya Sata Allah. Iayanea Tayala Sutoko Shukaira ya Sata Alaya Niktu Shukununukai Etayala Ka. Allow Ka, your soul, your template, to come to being. Allow that to be the tuning fork of the next year, with the intention of your highest good as you walk through the next 12-month cycle turnings of the sun, or turnings of the earth and feeling of the sun. Feel in with those aspects, knowing that you have this, you are this. When you sound, you say, you resonate and feel at the same time. You then realize the being that you can. You analyze the learnings. You are the balance. You are those wishes, those what seems to be a wish. You become and you see that in reality. You're able to use that understanding because you have that knowing and that new set beliefs, which becomings. Listen to your soul. As I reflect the sounds of mine, hear your own, be it in your thoughts, in your feelings. Listen in the next days, weeks and months. See, know, believe. Blessings for your day and your now moment. Allow this energy that's beautiful, that's anchored, that's grounded, that's here, that's present, that stillness, to be every part of your day somehow. It follows you.
Hands together, make a fist. Any contrast, any fist, any tension in our lives, any challenge, we wrap with this energy of love, because it clears, it transmutes. Our light swords, as we've said, can just like Star Wars, and it just dissolves. Allow it to just seep away, becoming the minerals of the soil, of our grounding for beginning. May this day and this month and year be blessed for you. Any sadness, any contrast be our growth points. My love, my blessing in your now moment. Thank you for joining me this morning for our spring, winter into spring balance equinox, new start of cycles for the sun. I will leave you to do the recording. If you want to go back to do the Qigong, and leave you for your day. I'm going to stop the recording here. Let me just come up.